So I'm Dexter Parker. I'm a senior at North Central High School. I've been running track for this is my second year. I'm mainly a 400 runner. My PR is 51:09, outdoor, indoor 51:3. Just won HSR indoor state first leg spread of 49.7. And yeah, hoping to add more accolades as the season goes on.
I know coach is like, whoa. So you just started running too. So your junior year. And so brought you to the sport, right? Like, and you're already with some big things
Yeah.
to be fresh in it, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a funny story. So initially I tried out for the track team middle school sixth grade, but unfortunately I got into a fight,
Oh,
so
oh,
I couldn't join the team. But I found my way back junior year. My friends were like, "You might as well." I was like, "Yeah." Came out first day workout, impressed some of the coaches, got moved up pretty quickly, so I got thrown into the fire pretty fast.
Well, you could have been the superstar we've been missing all these years and
right,
out here throwing hands
right.
with folks.
Man, hey.
Look, look,
It was all
look.
part of the plan in the long run, I guess.
Absolutely. So what do you feel you learned from that experience? I mean, I think in being transparent and vulnerable and being able to show our athletes on this platform like we're human. And so is there anything that you learned from that that you're hopeful that the next Dexter out there may either learn from it or pause and not, I mean, you don't have to go into details about what happened, but just how that brought you full circle to now joining the team your junior year and now you're a senior. And I'm sure the coaches were like, where were you?
Yeah, so honestly, I've been getting more in tune with my faith, knowing that God always has a plan. Whether you think it should be right now, later, 10 years from now, he'll always circle back around. You just have to be patient and wait for when your time comes. Well, when it's your time, it'll be your time. Also, like, it's never too late to do anything. Like, life is pretty short, so I mean, just do all that you can in the time that you're given here.
That I love that.
Yeah, and just you've come a long way very quickly. If you're running
Hmm.
49 and you've only been running a couple years, it's not a whole lot of. And then that was indoor on an indoor track. I
Right.
mean, and you haven't had really that what we call like the track experience in a sense of what is it, the track years, track
Right.
Hmm.
age. You know, you're very young in that realm. But in this short period of time that you've been competing, what's been your favorite memory so far?
Probably winning state a week or so ago. Just competing with my brothers at the highest stage. I had never started out the blocks before on a relay, so that was new for me. So being able to overcome that and just keep my team in there running, put them in a good spot, and then just going on to win it was pretty big and it was so fun. You could see a couple of pictures when Denham was coming through the anchor. I was screaming my head off. It was so fun.
Ah, that's cool.
So yeah, so stepping into this and it being a new venture, as an athlete, it's busy already, but then there's the academic side. So for you, how have you been able to balance your academics with participating in track and field?
I'm not gonna lie, coming into high school, it was pretty hard because I had played tennis before. So I'd always been like a student athlete. It started like the things I started doing started to pick up more junior year as I got involved with junior class council. I was the junior vice president. Now I'm the senior class vice president. So just doing all those things, being involved in so many things is it's been pretty difficult, but knowing that like when you get older, you're gonna have to deal with stuff like that all the time. So it's been a really good like experience getting that experience to multitask and have a lot of things on your plate, but being able to manage them as well.
Nice. Now, do you still play tennis?
Nah, I'm retired.
You
Oh,
retired.
retired.
This year was my last year. I couldn't do it no more.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Man, and that's one of my favorite sports.
Really?
Yeah.
I kind of miss it a little bit. Just a little bit though.
Yeah, I used to go to US Open, sit up and
Really?
good stuff,
Who's
man.
your favorite who's your favorite player?
Back then it was probably Venus.
Hmm.
Then I like Serena, but then I like Djokovic on the guy.
That's my favorite Djokovic, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, you never know one day, even though you're retired. you may, see it as an opportunity to coach and pour into kids, not just in tennis, but in track. You just never know what impact that can make.
Mm,
Yeah, for sure. Late 40s, I might pick the racket back up. Who knows?
Okay.
man,
Okay, I
like,
love it. I love it. And so for you, with your experience in track and field, what would you say has been one of the most challenging aspects of being a track and field athlete?
Really the injuries. So one I'm kind of dealing with right now with my shins. I'm in a boot right now. I have to switch it off day by day. Like I had to do that last year as well. So just dealing with my shins and the recovery aspect, it's been pretty challenging, but having the supporting cast I have around me has been really motivating to just keep going, pushing through the injury. So yeah, I would say that for sure. It takes a lot of wear and tear on your body, but it's fun though, so kind of just deal with it.
yeah. Now, when you being remind me to tell you something after.
Yes.
But when before I forget, what's when it comes to like your parents, like how supportive have they been with you and your athletics? Because you went from tennis to track, very different sports. I'm sure they go to. Well, I guess I would time wise, it can be the same, but
Yeah,
men's tennis usually goes a lot faster than women's tennis.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, like track meets are long. How have they handled that transition with you and supporting you and transitioning from tennis to track and everything else?
My mom has been a really big part of really everything I do in my life, not just track, just everything. She always supports me no matter what I'm doing, any aspect. Fun fact, the reason I started playing tennis is because she realized that I wasn't really good on like team settings. I was more of like an individual guy. So she threw me in tennis knowing that like even though it is a team and I can get like the team aspect, I'm really by myself when I'm playing. And it's kind of the same thing with track, even though like it's just you're still on the team. But yeah, besides that, my mom, she's everything for me. She always makes it happen. Whatever I need, she's always there.
Great. Well, we love to shout out the parental, so shout out Mom Duke's name, and we want to thank her definitely
Thank
live.
you. Thank you, Candace Hughes, for everything you do for me. She's in her room right now. So yeah.
Oh, thank you, Mom Dukes. Thank you.
Right.
Yeah. How would you say being an athlete has shaped who you are as a person?
Just the team aspect, learning how to collaborate with different people from all different walks of life. Being a leader, leading men, it's a pretty good skill to have. I also say communication. You have to be able to talk to a different
Mhm.
type of people, especially as a leader. Some people don't take criticism or like direction the same way, so you have to maneuver how you talk to people. So yeah, and that's just a really big skill in life that you have to have, being able to talk.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. How has it been for you in terms of time management? Balancing all that out with athletics and academics.
Through the years, I've gotten way better at that at it. At this point, it's kind of just like clockwork, like it's just normal routine. So I'm just really going with the flow, knowing that I have this to do here and that to do there, and then keeping my focus on all those things at once, putting my best foot forward for everything that I'm doing. So it's been good, going good.
What would you say success? This is your senior year. So what was success again, coming off a great indoor, winning the relay? What does success look like for you going into your outdoor season?
Just getting better and winning with my brothers is the best thing for me, and really just having fun. One thing that I kind of failed with tennis was I wasn't really having like fun. So even though like I win a lot more in track than I do tennis, like just enjoying the journey really, it's a big part for me and being successful as long as I'm having fun and just getting better every single day. That's how I would define success in this field.
That is success in life, my man. If,
Yes.
if you're gonna have fun with whatever you're doing, you're winning.
Yeah, for sure.
It's when you stop having fun, that's when all the troubles come
Yeah, I know. That's
up.
why I'm retired now. Having fun.
I got problems. I don't have fun anymore. Yeah. So you've been playing tennis, seeing tennis, running track. You've been able to at least observe some track and field. What do you think sets apart the good athletes from the great athletes?
Really hard work. If you don't have hard work, then you really don't have anything. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't work hard, then it's not really going to get you anywhere. One of my favorite quotes is hard work beats talent when talent fails. So that basically means like you can be the best guy in the world, but if you slack in practice, slack in workouts, then you're never gonna get to where you really want to go. So just working hard, even when you don't want to, that's really the biggest thing. Even when you don't want to, working hard is what you have to do in order to be great.
And so you talked about how on the relay, this is your first time being in block. So that's a high stakes, high competition. How did you handle that pressure in if you felt pressure at all, right? How did you handle?
Honestly, I was praying a lot. Like before the race, like it was really weird. I didn't feel like any like nerves and
Hmm.
like it was kind of just like a flow state. Like I was just like, this is my race. Like I wasn't gonna like think of all the names of people who were running against me.
Hmm.
I was just putting my faith in God and in my teammates, knowing that we will ultimately get the win. So I didn't really feel nervous really because I know what I can do and I know
Hmm.
what my training has put me to the test. So I know this isn't really gonna be anything I haven't done before.
You
Well,
go first.
I was just gonna ask, like, you've been through some things so far. What's the best piece of advice you've received from a coach or a parent or anybody really? Just something that kind of helped shift you when you've been maybe disappointed or not pleased with the performance.
I would say Coach Corbin Casey has told me to enjoy the process. He told me that I understand the process, but I don't enjoy it. So I think it was after a bad race, I still PR'd, but it wasn't what I wanted to go. He told me I have to enjoy the process, and just keep working, be patient, and you're gonna get to where you want to be. So I think that was the best advice that he's given me. He's a really good coach. Like I got to give my props to him. Getting me from my first race, I think I ran 56 to now 51.0. He's been a big part of my success in track, really.
Yeah, that's good coaching. Shout out to coach.
Yeah.
Right.
If at all you could change, and I'm saying because you've answered a lot, even in questions where we asked you one thing and you've been able to really give us some drop some great nuggets. If you could change anything about track and field, what would it be and why?
About track and field,
Hmm.
honestly, I would say I wish that like college coaches could recruit off potential.
Mm.
Cause like, in basketball or in football, like you see a 6'6" guy that can't really shoot, but he can dribble. Like they'll see that and be like, I can work with him. But in
Yeah,
track, if you're not
yeah,
running that time, then they're not even gonna look your way. So that's one thing that I would change about it, even though I love track. It gets kind of tricky in that recruiting process if you're not where you want to be time wise.
I love that.
Or if you haven't had the experience,
Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, you honestly, you have a year of times, your first year.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody like I mean, that would be great for a situation like yours.
Right.
Absolutely.
But you know, some coaches, if you really get to having a conversation with them, they'll take that into account in terms of
Hmm.
a person's track age. Like
Right.
I'm a 2 year old. Come on, what we
Yeah,
talking?
yeah,
You
yeah,
know, and then it could be
yeah.
even a whole thing where you get maybe you go early, you transition. College is way different than high school. I
Yeah,
mean,
for sure.
you're starting in like September. Like
Hmm.
let's get you cranking. And it's a
Hmm.
whole different world. And for somebody like yourself, I see that as a quick ramp up into a time frame or times that they would be like, oh, okay, we took a chance, but we took a great chance. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
because you have that extra time where they can build it in early on and have you running fast early and often. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm with you on that. That's a good.
Absolutely.
So
I like that.
they can do it. Most just don't do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right,
We
because
just
that
got
would
to
actually,
get a hold of the right people.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say that would actually like it'll tell you a lot about that coach. I mean, as soon as you say that, you see me and Coach Jay were like, oh, well,
Right.
so
Yeah.
really good coaches that are really in tune with actually coaching someone to their potential. Immediately, it's like we want you there. So our prayer for you is that you come across that coach for your senior year and get to go someplace you really want to go to. And so you talked about battling injuries and how you're doing things to recover and things like that. How does nutrition play a role, if at all, in your?
Uh-oh.
That's one thing that I've been working on a lot. I'm not gonna say I have the best diet, but I'm working on it.
Uh-huh.
A week leading up to the meet, I try to eat as good as I can. I got a really bad sweet tooth, so I can't
Hmm.
I can't really put down the candy, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Good. Work in progress.
There's an easier way to go about that. You start your day with protein, sir,
Right.
and it will cut your sweet tooth in half.
Uh,
Mm.
I don't know.
You got to try it.
you
That's why
you
Coach
gotta
said, "Well, yeah, he'll
you
talk
gotta
to you
try
after this."
But
yeah.
also, I've learned the hard way a lot of times, like just like not eating at all or like forgetting to eat during
Mm.
the day, and then
Hmm.
we'll have a workout that day and I'm just cooked. So I've
Yeah.
been doing better at like getting food in my system, but in terms of just like eating things I really shouldn't, I got to get better at that. It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll talk about that. With it, what you said, playing tennis and then being on track, they're like individual sports, but what's your favorite component of like being on a team? What's the favorite part of that for you?
I would say just having fun, like goofing around, like not when it's time to be serious, but like just goofing around with my friends and my brothers. It's just really fun. We really laugh all day, but like when it's time to get to work, like we lock in and get to work. But when it's not, when we can just like kind of be ourselves and get goofy, we get goofy. So I like laughing a lot.
Well, I mean, one thing that's standing out, I'm sure Coach Jay as well, is like you keep saying your brother. So it's clear that your team is your family. And so I really love that. You can clearly see y'all have great team camaraderie. Even with that, right, you have individual goals and you have team goals. So how do you balance the two?
I know if I'm winning, then they're winning. If they're winning, then I'm winning. And then ultimately that we're gonna win together. So I know whether even if I have a bad race, I know one of them will be able to pick me up because they had a good race. And then at the end of the meet, we're gonna run that 4x4 and then it's all green from there. So just knowing that we all can succeed and we can all push each other to the next level is really big for me.
Now, I'm gonna circle back to this because I think this is important. You are as somebody who's getting recruited for college. Everybody who's getting recruited, they'd be like, "Oh, I'm going to work hard." Like that's they always say that attribute. But what would you say is like your X factor when it comes to competing on the next level? When it comes to you in general, what's that one thing that makes you different from everybody else?
I would say my leadership abilities. I have a lot of leadership roles at North Central, and just the way people like kind of come into me, just like my personality, I think that separates me from a lot of people. I can work with a lot of people that come from like different backgrounds and whatnot. So I know how to get to people and get the best out of people, I would say, in my opinion.
If your teammates could describe you or coaches could describe you in one word, what would it be and why?
Does it have to be like serious?
It could be, as long as it's appropriate, it could be
Yeah.
whatever you.
Uh, I would say goofy because I'm always laughing. I'm always playing. I love to have a good laugh, have a good joke. I'm always talking about Coach Casey whenever I get the chance to. So, yeah, I would say goofy, but in a good way, not a bad way.
No, I like that because again, for us and what we observe for you in practice, you're locked in and you're focused and serious. So to hear that no one is in most of our athletes, like that's you sharing out a different side of you, right? Because you are really focused and locked in, not in a bad way in practice, but that's cool to hear.
Yeah, we see you out there working. So now Dexter, if people wanted to follow along, see how you're doing, see how the season's progressing, how should they do that?
They can follow me on Instagram underscore Dexter Parker, and they can follow me on X or Twitter. I think it's just Dexter Parker as well.
All right.
Awesome.
Good.
Awesome. Well, we are excited to see what is to come for this outdoor season and then your future endeavors. We're excited to celebrate you and wish you the best of luck for outdoor.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Appreciate you joining us, sir.
Thanks for
Yes,
having me.
absolutely.
Yeah, thanks for joining.